of an engine which is smooth, reliable and packed with performance, the first thing that comes to my mind is that it must be a Honda. And today we are going to talk about one such fine middleweight sports tourer from Honda, the CBR 650R. Like I said, a beautiful and reliable motorcycle. But is it packed with power? Can it be the one motorcycle which can be your daily driver and if you wish to, can do track days on it over the weekend? Is it comfortable enough for touring? Well, let's find out. The Honda CBR 650R is a successor to Honda's already established outgoing motorcycle, the CBR 650F. As the name suggests, the CBR 650R is more sportier and looks race-ready. However, it still does not compromise on the comfort at all. It now resembles the Fireblade lineup to a certain extent as well. In terms of ergonomics, like I said, the CBR 650R is sportier, which means the clip-ons are now lower than in the CBR 650F. However, it still gives you a relaxed rider's triangle as the foot pegs are not that rear set and you can tour all day long on the motorcycle with ease. The seats, although narrower, are sporty and well padded, so there has been ample attention to comfort. The Honda CBR 650R gets a 650cc inline 4-cylinder motor which is now BS6 compliant. In terms of the power and torque figures, this motor pumps out about 87 PS of max power at 12,000 RPM and 57.5 Nm of max torque at 8,500 RPM, which means it produces 3 Nm less torque than the CBR 650F. However, this does not impact the performance of the motorcycle in your day-to-day activities because it has got a decent amount of low-end torque and a spot-on gear ratio, which means that you can hover around in the city as low as 30 km per hour in the 5th gear without the motorcycle stalling even once. And the impressive throttle response is at your rescue in case you want to launch and disappear. In terms of heat management, the radiators work flawlessly to keep the engine temperature in check. Not even once did the engine heat up bad even in slow-moving traffic, and all that heat is directed away from your legs, so that's a huge relief. Braking on the CBR 650R is done by Nissin. On the front, you get a 310mm twin disc setup, and on the rear, you get a 240mm single disc setup. Dual channel ABS comes as standard and so does traction control. The feedback, the bite is soft in the initial stages, but this does not lower your confidence to brake hard whenever needed. In terms of suspension, it gets a Showa USD separate function fork on the front, and on the rear, you get a preload adjustable monoshock. In stock condition, the suspension is set up in such a way that it gives you the best of both worlds, which means that it is soft to give you a plush ride quality, but not to such an extent that you cannot carry your line in corners. The Honda CBR 650R runs on a 17-inch 120x70 profile setup tire on the front, and on the rear, it gets a 17-inch 180x55 profile setup. Apart from being sporty, the CBR 650R is lightweight too. It weighs 211 kgs wet despite having a 15.4-litre fuel tank. And with that sort of fuel capacity and a 20 km per litre average, you can drastically reduce your fuel stops. Needless to say that I love the motorcycle. But Honda being Honda, there are quite a few things which could have made your life easier. For example, the positioning of the switch gears. It's a pain to get used to it. I literally have lost count how many times I must have engaged the turn indicators when all I wanted to do was to press the horn. That still was manageable. Now take this. The traction control switch is placed exactly where the pass light switch is located on other motorcycles. Imagine my horror when I must have switched off the traction control at high speeds. Coming to the price, the Honda CBR 650R retails in India at an ex-showroom price tag of Rs 9.35 lakhs, which if you ask me is quite high for a 650cc motorcycle. But here's the bright side, it's a Honda. The service cost and the spare parts are dirt cheap. just a little north of what it takes to maintain my Bajaj Dominar 400. The engine is highly reliable and the fuel economy of 20.8 kilometers per litre is unbelievable. What more do you need when you have a superbike in your garage which draws attention like crazy at literally the cost of a single cylinder 400cc motorcycle? Definitely can be anyone's long-termer. That, ladies and gentlemen, will all be about my first ride experience of the Honda CBR 650R. I hope you guys liked the video, and in that case, you know what to do. Like, share and subscribe to my channel. In case of any queries or promotions, write to me on the below email ID or simply hit me up on Instagram. I'll see you soon with another video. Till then, ciao.